Hey, my amazing friend, it's such an honor for me to have this opportunity to co-create this healing session with you. Our theme for today is activating our miracle consciousness. We are in an extraordinary time in humanity's journey where miracles that once seemed out of reach can show up in an instant. During today's healing session, we will awaken our miracle consciousness so that more of our desired highest visions can integrate with our current reality. The healing modality we will use today is the core work method, which allows us to use applied quantum physics to connect with the zero-point field of infinite possibility. From this space, we are able to release the patterns and blocks we have outgrown and align with a more expansive way of showing up in our lives, which leads to the miraculous transformation we desire. And so let's set the intention for today, whatever blessings and healings and miracles that we are ready to step into, that we do so with ease, grace, and joy in the highest and greatest way for each of us. If you agree, please affirm out loud, and so it is. And while we are connecting, go ahead and take a deep breath in. And just as you breathe in, feel yourself sinking into that chair, that couch, or that bed that you're on. And just letting go of all those thoughts and concerns of the day, just let them go. So when I think of miracles, I think of Albert Einstein's quote, "There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle." Are we choosing to live our life as though nothing is a miracle because we've gotten so accustomed to this reality? Or are we choosing to recognize and see all of the miracles and magic in everyday life, no matter how big or small they seem? So to begin activating our miracle consciousness, we must first understand what a miracle is. So let's go ahead and have the divine I Am presence within each of us give us the highest wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of what the miracles in our lives are, what they look like, what they mean, and what a miracle in general is. If you want that, say yes. We all have our own unique perspectives of miracles, but there's also a generalized energy behind what miracles really are that can actually make it more available to all of us. Understand that a miracle is a circumstance that occurs as a result of being in alignment with the natural flow of life, which simply means we are living in the present moment. We are fully using and being grateful for our five senses to such a degree that we also awaken and inspire our extra senses, our extrasensory gifts, which include inner hearing, inner seeing, inner feeling, inner knowing, and really connecting with our intuition. When we are able to do that, we're actually very mindful of our surroundings, we're very conscious, we're very present, and this actually allows us to pay attention to and see and recognize all of the miracles in our lives on a much greater scale. Any misconceptions that we may have had to creating miracles, to seeing miracles, to identifying with miracles, can we go ahead and show us all the lessons, the gifts, the teachings that we were meant to learn from all of those times we may have seen or recognized miracles as something that are too far away or they just can't happen for us? Let's go ahead and show us all the lessons around that now. If you want that, say yes. And as we learn the lessons, it becomes easier to no longer recreate those misconceptions. So let's also extend these lessons to our ancestors. If you would like that, just say yes. And can we also show your mind that it's safe to feel comfortable and strong and vibrant outside of those patterns that it was accustomed to, that miracles only happen for others, that it's wishful thinking, it's something that's very hard to get. So can we go ahead and show the mind how to feel comfortable and safe, functioning and thriving and growing and expanding outside of those beliefs? If you want that, say yes. And can we show you how to be gentle with your mind for using those defense mechanisms, the protective mechanisms that really supported you and served you to getting right here and right now. So we are so grateful for those survival patterns, but we no longer need to always live in them, and we don't need to try to get rid of them. But if we can just accept it and embrace it, then it becomes much easier to transition and expand as it needs to. We are going to begin releasing any resentments, rejections, regrets, guilt, shame, grief, struggle that went along with those misconceptions around miracles. Can we go ahead and clear all of that now so that it becomes very open and a clear path for us to accept miracles, to receive them, and to activate our miracle consciousness once and for all? If you want that, say yes. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually also activate our inner senses. So we're going to magnify our ability to have lucid dreaming, to feel a little bit more deeply, to sense, to know, to trust our intuition. So as we do that, that will help us align more with the flow. It will allow us to become more flexible, more open, and to not always be in the head all the time, but to be in the heart as well, where we can think outside of the box, where we can allow divine wisdom to guide us. So can we go ahead and do that now? And while we're doing that, go ahead and place your right hand over your heart space. Now that we have magnified our extra senses, let's also magnify our gratitude for our 5 senses, the gift of sight, sound, taste, touch, smell. Let's really appreciate and be grateful for those gifts as well, because they are what help us align into the present moment. They are what gives us that willingness to fully be aware and open to our extra senses. So can we go ahead and do that now? Good, and then also your sense of taste. Good, and then your touch, just feeling the chair or the couch beneath you, feeling the earth beneath you, just really getting into that gratitude of all those 5 senses. Good, and relax your hand if it's still over your heart, and take a deep breath in and release. Any blocks that you may have mentally to being flexible, to being open, to being someone who flows through life and someone who has an outside of the box way of thinking, can we go ahead and show you all the lessons around any of the resistance to that, any blocks to that? Can we show you all the lessons, make it so that you've learned them now, and then can we go ahead and ask the divine I am presence within each of us to clear out all of those patterns when we are fully ready? If you want that, say yes. Can we show us how to be ready, what that means, what that looks like now? Can we show us how to and why to be flexible, remain open, be in the flow, think outside of the box, live outside of the box? Can we go ahead and show us how to do that? Any judgments that we've placed on ourselves or others that are preventing us from moving into this direction, can we release that? Any guilt, shame that we had around that, can we release that? And can we replace shame with honor? So honor is the opposite of shame. So when we can honor our ability to be flexible and open and different and outside of the box and unique, then it becomes much easier to be flexible and open and outside of the box. Good. Can we download us with what it feels like, looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like? To be flexible and open and in the flow. Can we show us what that feels like? Would you like that? Just say yes. Good. Can we also extend this healing to all of our ancestors that came before us, that are here now, and that will come after us, so that any of those internal dialogues that you may be having that may have been passed down from ancestors, it could just be their energetic voices sort of holding that space, wanting to continue that pattern. Can we go ahead and extend this to them so that those can be cleared for us and for them? If you want that, say yes. Any other vows, obligations, oaths, contracts that you have made with yourself, maybe in this lifetime or past lives, where you just vowed that you will never see a miracle again, that you don't believe in them because maybe you weren't aware that they were happening and all of that. Can we go ahead and clear all those vows, obligations, oaths, contracts from their first point of conception, show your mind who you are without them, how to function, how to be without them, so that you no longer need them anymore? If you want that, say yes. I'm so grateful for you. I'm giving you a big energy hug. I appreciate you, and I hope you can feel that from my heart. With all that said, have a miraculous day. Bye for now. Hey, my friend, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and comment. I'd love to hear from you. Have a miraculous day.